and that her life and her friendships have been in tennis. But in the time she was recovering, she found those friendships fickle, as Steffi Graf and most of the others on the circuit all but ignored her.
I just wish that somebody could have called and said, well, are you doing okay? And, you know, because...
Did it disappoint you that you didn't hear from Steffi?
It bugged me a little bit because we had such an emotional visit in the hospital the next day, right after I got stabbed. And, you know, we said, well, you know, I'll call you and everything. And I was just, well, okay, you know, it would have been just nice. But what's gone is gone. And I just try not to dwell on it, but it's gone.
He was originally given a 2-year suspended sentence.
To add the final insult to the injury, a German court found Monica's attacker guilty, but decided he no longer posed a threat and let him go free. You turned around and you saw his face, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. Well, he watched my practices in the morning also, so I mean, I didn't, at that point, I did not immediately know that was him, but there's no point. I saw, you know, the knife and everything, so.
Yeah. How many more times since have you seen that face?
Till about a couple of months ago, quite a lot. Quite a lot, and different thoughts and the object. But
the knife then?
Yes. So. Probably going here deeper.
Thankfully, the bad memories are fading, and Monica is once again getting on with living.
Is there any room for guys in your life?
Oh yeah, but it's hard because you get to travel week in, week out. But, you know...
So is there someone on the scene? Is there someone on the scene?
Oh. Oh, yeah.
It's a contented Monica Seles who has returned to women's tennis. Also more muscular and now nudging 6 feet. You did a bit of growing while you were gone, too.
Yeah, a little bit. It helps my serve, so I like that part.
Yeah, 5 centimetres, like 2 inches in 2 years.
The only thing that's weird is I'm such a late grower. They usually stop growing by you're like 18 or 19. I just started growing after that, maybe because I don't know why.
What were they feeding you?
I don't know. Same things as before. I didn't eat my spinach still, but...
And is it my imagination, or are you a little quieter on the court now?
It's like just part of me. If I hit a ball, if I grunt, I grunt. If I do not, but I'm not doing it consciously to grunt or not to grunt.
The grunt was, well, memorable for its volume and frequency. It caused complaints from the other players, but Monica could never see what the fuss was all about.
Because I did that before when I was 14, nobody said a word, but suddenly that was the biggest thing, and I always said I don't want at the end of my career to be remembered for Monica, the grunting person. Hopefully people will know my results too. So.
Well, you know, there are now thousands of little girls all around the world who are grunting like their hero.
Well, yeah, it's really, that's the nicest part when you see some kid who's hitting 2 hands of both sides. And it's so weird because not too long ago, I was that kid also, and I looked up to, like I would look at Martina and I'd watch McEnroe and these guys playing. And I asked I got an autograph from Björn Borg, and then suddenly it's just like a reversed role for me, so it's really sweet.
Monica Seles has emerged from her 2 years of torment in remarkable tennis form. But perhaps even more remarkable is that she's returned with her good nature intact.
What changed, I think, was that you never know when life can be taken away from you in any form, and you have to make the most of it and have fun. In terms of that, yeah, I do think so. I mean, I do not take granted every single day. I try to make the most that I can out of it.
Well, it's good to see you happy again,
to
see you smiling.
Thank you.
Who has truly been missed?
Then there was Tracy Curo's story on Monica Seles and her celebrated return to tennis after a terrible stabbing attack 2 years ago in Hamburg.
You fell into a pretty big hole, didn't you?
Oh, yes, it took me a long time to dig out of it, and it was a very tough hole, but I had to deal with some emotions that were very tough to deal with.
Like what?
But just emotions after the stabbing about everything that happened.
I had my doubts that Monica Seles could ever be the same again, but you erased them. She is charming, courageous, and a true champion.